David Vizard here, and you guys are watching PowerTec 10. In this issue, which I believe will be 144, we're going to look at something which at first doesn't look like it might add performance, but as we go through you'll see that it possibly could for somebody or anybody in a position similar to us. That is, you can't afford to go racing, so you need some help. Now, I've got to admit, although we've got one of the best looking stock appearing Mustangs at our local drag strips here, we are just one more Mustang. Very popular car. It's very rare we get there and there's not 5 or 6 others there in one form or another. And usually they're all V8s, which if it's a stock GT we beat with our 2.3. Now, what am I talking about here? Well, basically I needed something to make my car look just a bit sharper and stand out. Side stripes. We needed something that was going to make a statement for several reasons. First, so that the guys in the tower recognize us and can give us a plug. And they will. Most guys in towers at drag strips are easygoing, friendly guys who like to please the racers. Not all, but most of them. And credit to them for that. Now, what was I going to put on the side of the car? So I gave this quite a bit of thought. And I wanted something that was going to, how shall I say, emphasize what it was we were trying to do. And I did mention a title for the car way back. I don't know how many of you will remember it, but I did. And let's just say that I think the title fits our goals. The title is Whispering Warrior. Why? Because we don't want a noisy Mustang. There is no reason for a turbo car to be noisy and sacrifice performance if you know what you're doing. So, our goal is to get our Mustang well into the 7s. Well, deep into the 7s actually, and still be totally emission legal, get 30 to the gallon, have all the air conditioning, etc., etc., quiet ride and quiet outside. When we come to the start line, we don't want anyone to hear the car above the ambient noise. When that light goes green, I want it to go. Hence the term Whispering Warrior. In other words, what we're doing is trying to breed a true road vehicle, not one that's brash and noisy. Been there, done that, did that in my younger days. Don't need to do it now at my age. Anyway, here's the deal. I asked around and it would appear that we have a local sign company. I say signs, it's quite a diverse a number of things they do. They do stickers for cars, signs, etc., etc., car wraps, you name it. If it's going to show something up, they do it. And so I went round there and talked to them about what I needed. Now I've got their card here somewhere. Yes, here it is. I spoke to a gal who's part owner of the company, Krista Franklin. This is Franklin Signs and Graphics. And well, I'll put their address down under here. And spoke to Krista. I went in there with a design which I thought would look good. And immediately she pointed out some of the things which would cause it to not look good on the car. Said sure, it could look good when superimposed on a photograph of the car, but on the car, due to curves which have got flattened out in a 2D picture, won't. and I'm glad I listened to what she said. We haven't got this sticker thing absolutely correct yet, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to design a sticker and use my car as the prototype. Then, if we see any ways and means that we can improve it when it actually goes on the car, then we're going to incorporate that into any subsequent ones, which will have a whole load of different titles, which you guys can then buy from Franklin Graphics. So let's start. What are we going to put on the car? Here's a shot of it. Well, hopefully that side striping has some curb appeal. Let me say, I chose white because it stands out, but Franklin Graphics are going to be offering this in many different colors and with many different logos in. I will put the logos that they're going to be offering right at the end of the video, so it will come after all the credits, etc. So if you're not interested in getting one, you won't have to wait for them to cycle through. But if you do, there's about 40 different ones with different sayings on there, specifically for an S550 Mustang. Now let's get on and see how these were done. As yes, I had some experts do it, they do it for a living, but they have showed me, and consequently you guys through this video, how to do it. It requires patience and taking note of everything that is said. Do not try to shortcut anything, and you'll get a perfect result. So here we go. And here's my striping crew, Brianna.
Hi.
And Robert.
Hi.
And they are going to put the stripes on my baby here. Here she is. This is the before shot. One thing, it's imperative to get the paint totally free of any grease. So here it is being wiped over with alcohol. And here Robert measures the width that we set the stripes to. It's a good job I went to see the boss at this company, because she straightened out some of the flaws with my designs right away. Good thinking. And here Robert's just checking that we've got the width right. Robert's putting the tape up there simply so that he can grab the tape to put on and hold the stripes in place prior to pressing them down and gluing them. Cleanliness here is paramount. Wouldn't you say, Robert?
Yeah, it's better to clean twice and not have any little specks in there.
Now, where is the sticky side?
It's on this side. We'll pull the paper off and it'll stay stuck to this transfer paper.
Right.
It's always good to get it in the right place the first time.
So it's not very difficult, but it's easier when you're working with it and not against it.
With the decal taped in position, our next move is to start the process of actually laying it down. This involves just another clean with alcohol, as Robert is doing here, then applying a product called Splash, which is a kind of a soap type deal, which dries off quite quickly, but it allows a certain amount of slip of the decal so that you can press it on without any air bubbles. So here we go on the spray of it. We are now at the stage when we can actually start pressing the decal and transfer it from the backing paper to the vehicle. Note the flexible plastic deals they're using to press this down. Slowly work your way down and make sure you eliminate all the bubbles. That splash stuff that I said was put on is a great assistance towards that. These two reckon without that stuff, putting on a good decal is very much more complex. Now this stuff here is a make or break deal on this. This splash, when sprayed on, allows you to actually get some slip and slide to be able to position everything. And also, when it's sprayed on the back of the transfer, it releases the transfer from the backing paper that it's on, so that instead of tearing everything back off again, the transfer stays attached to the car. As a last operation, some heat is applied to the transfers. Now this serves to shrink the tape back to its original size. This is a kind of a memory tape. If it gets stretched during the application, when you heat it up like this, anything which is slightly off shrinks back to its original form. Do not apply too much heat. Obviously that's not going to be good. Well, here's the job completed. We're now ready to roll out into the sunshine and show you what it looks like outdoors. Well, you've now seen what the outcome is. Now let me give you some business details on this. First off, cost. If you're going to get this decal or one like it as in the list that follows here, your basic cost is $90. Now this is not just your regular vinyl, it's tough stuff. So when it goes on, you can figure it's going to be there for 10 years. If you want to have it professionally applied, it is generally around about $150. So you can have it delivered to somebody who does vinyl applications in your area. Colors. Almost any color you can imagine. If you have a color in mind, send Franklin a picture of that color, a realistic one, because remember they're going to match it up, and they will find a vinyl for it. Now you can have lots of different styles of vinyl. You can have metallic ones, you can get pearlescent ones, you name it, they've got it. I would estimate, and this is my estimate from looking through their color sheaves, that they probably got well in excess of 500 colors. Could be as much as 1,000. So they've even got chrome if you want chrome. Now let me put their full address on here, and right after that we're going to have the credits. Then after that, all the wordage that you can have. Now remember, this is for an S550 Mustang. They will be bringing it out for other Mustangs in the near future, but watch out for that. Thank you for watching.